So at this point, not even my parents, who know me better than anybody except myself, could tell me that that's not obtainable. It's all obtainable.
If you can visualize it, as corny as people try to make that shit seem with like the whole manifestation shit, that shit is real. Half the people that are talking about it aren't really living the lifestyle, but that's it with anything. But still doesn't make it any less real. Like, because unless you,
at the end of the day, you just like, you can't pass some kind of judgment on any of these people if you haven't in some degree walked in their shoes. If you look at them and you love everything they're talking about, but you can't relate to any of it, you have a lot of balls calling them a bad person.
it's just like the politicians. We can even make it like a bigger thing where it's like politicians trying to make public policy or make rules and laws for people that they don't understand. You could never, most presidents could never understand how I live on a day-to-day basis, even if I were to explain it to them. So how are you going to make a decision on my future based off of something that you don't understand? Let's just say this goes back to the artists. Like, you can't judge. I can't judge an NBA young boy as like a bad person necessarily. There's certain things I can agree with and disagree with just as a person, but I don't know what he's going through on a day-to-day basis. I don't know what's driving him to do the things that he's doing, the decisions that he's making, the places he's going, the people he's around. All I know is that Baton Rouge is a third world country to most people. If you've never seen a lifestyle like that and you're just a regular American, you go over there, it will be very reminiscent to you stepping outside the country. You'll see guerrilla warfare like you've never seen. You'll see a lifestyle. We won't even get into the particulars of that. You know, if you go over, if you know, you know.
I remember when I was I don't know why I was about to say a kid. This was I was probably like 19 at the time. Me and my sister had to drive down to Fort Pierce, Florida, and we were driving through, heading to a military recruitment office, and she looked off to the side and she saw a guy yelling at a guy on the other side of the road, and he pulled his shirt up. You could actually see he had a pistol, and the other guy like showed, like, he reached up his shirt, flashed his gun too, and they started yelling at each other. And then they just walked off. We was at like a light or something the whole time. And my sister was like, what the fuck's up with that? She couldn't even wrap her head around it.
Right.
I was like, you got no idea what the fuck's going on. You can't hear what the hell they're saying. You don't know what it was. I was
Mind
like,
your fucking business.
For all you know, one guy threatened the other dude's kid. So he showed his gun off. Oh, I got one too. Well, you know what? You best walk the fuck off. All right, I walked the fuck off too. It was gone. Now, if it was me, you threatened my kid, I'm going to shoot you. But you don't know. So I was just like, it's real. Some places really are just like third world countries to people who have never been places like that. Now, me growing up, I spent tons of time down in places like Fort Pierce. So it was like,
It was
3 years
more
later,
for you.
3 years later, it was just like, I've been
Yeah.
here before.
It's just like gangs in Cali. Like if you're from some place where you don't have gangs and you go over there and it's like, it's the Mecca. Like that's where Bloods and Crips started. Like what do you do? You move into Compton and like it's almost like you have to learn an entirely new world. Like and you can move just states away. Like
I don't mind
few
putting
hours
it out
over.
too if it.
Huh?
I don't mind putting it out too. We can always spark it back up later.
Yeah. Either way.
You want to hit it again?
Fuck it. We thugging. But yeah. Whatever it comes to walking in people's shoes, it just like everyone's struggle is different. So like you can't tell me how I'm supposed to react or move or associate or whatever